Guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, especially if you love MMA as much as I do. Shout out to Bobby Green. He got the job done. I'm not happy that he beat him because I love Tony Ferguson. I'm a fan of his game, his fight game. But hey, it is what it is. But Tony Ferguson, man, I felt like he should have walked away from the UFC when he lost to Nate Diaz because it was the main event of a pay-per-view. He had all the attention, like the day Hamzat didn't make weight and after the fight when he lost. And him and Nate Diaz were from the same era pretty much, so it would have been a better moment, a better way to go out than what happened last night, because that really made me mad as a fight fan, and I don't get too emotional on here, but that I didn't cry about it, obviously, but that was not let's just say that Derek Lewis thing made me feel okay after that. What he did, how he celebrated, but I was not very happy with that, with how he lost. I mean, but as far as him being done with fighting, I mean, I wouldn't say done with fighting in general. Let me talk about that. I do think that he should leave the UFC because Bobby Green's a good fighter, but he's not Justin Gaethje. He's not Dustin Poirier. This is not a knock against Bobby Green. I know he's a pretty good fighter, but he's not an Islam and all these other elite fighters. So my point is, if Tony can't beat these guys now, what is there to fight for? So, unfortunately, I do think he should retire. I mean, as I hate seeing him take damage like that. I know, but as far as not fight at all, I think that'd be crazy. I think he should at least look into boxing or maybe look into bare knuckle fighting, because that will, especially boxing, because boxing would help him a lot. I think he doesn't have to worry. Yeah, he wouldn't have to worry about getting kicked in the face, the knees to the face, the takedowns, the submissions. It would just be a straight up man dance, like Sean Strickland says. But I think he should definitely look into that. And I say that because not because he would make a pretty good paycheck, but because I do genuinely believe he has fight left in him, and he wouldn't take as much damage, and he would probably make just as much, if not more, if he were to do some boxing or bare knuckle fighting. I think Mike Perry's making a lot of money over there. He's doing pretty darn good. So I don't think he's done with fighting, but I do think his UFC days should be over. It should, again, I just didn't like how he looked last night, and he clearly isn't the same fighter. Years ago, if young Tony would have got a hold of Bobby Green, and again, not a knock against Bobby Green, he's a good fighter, but if young Tony would have got a hold of him, no, that would have been a different story. But, that's just my opinion on that.